to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went it away. I ain't f***ing okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck in for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat for the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh my God, when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, stop. Steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose weight. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. I see the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not game. I'ma never slow down. I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave to you. Slave for you. Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a god. Mess, hopeless, more tests. More blessed. Dug deep down, trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest. I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts. Like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh my God, when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, stop. Steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. I see the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not game. I'ma never slow down. I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over. I'm a slave for you.
What is going on, everybody? I'm so glad to be back with you all today. This is YouTube exclusive episode number 5. It's been doing pretty well, so I try not to make these go on too many times because I don't want to just throw in a live stream for the sake of throwing in a live stream. So that way, when you guys do see one, you know it's important and you should fucking be here. If you're not, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But I know it's that time of day where people are on their way home. But I did see a lot of news going around that WWE and CM Punk are open to working together. We're going to get into that and dive into what I think is the reason for that, and also hopefully have some discussion. If not, those of you who watch it later, please hit the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe, and just very shortly after the countdown, we'll be right back. Alright, you motherfuckers, let's get on into this. I find this very, very interesting. And it is. Anything that CM Punk is going to be in is going to be interesting. But here's what I've been thinking about this whole situation. Was this the plan all along? I don't see very many people talking about that. Why wouldn't it be? People have done that before in the wrestling business. My personal opinion, I personally believe CM Punk did not just go back for the money to All Elite Wrestling. I think he really wanted to get back in that spotlight to show Vince McMahon, Triple H, and everybody in charge in WWE, hey, I'm still a draw. I can still make you money. You made a huge mistake. I want to come back. Because it wasn't too long ago to where when the last time WWE rolled around in Chicago, he tried to work things out with The Miz. He wanted a meeting with Triple H. And Vince's security, unfortunately, told him to leave, which that was a big mistake on Vince's part. He should have let that happen, and who knows, maybe Phil Brooks could have been in WWE sooner, or returned to WWE sooner. I don't know if he has a non-compete app. I don't know how the All Elite Wrestling non-compete works if you get fired. I know Tony does have some stipulations to where you could not go anywhere for a fucking year. I mean, why would you sign something like that? So that means if you're absolutely miserable with the place and it wasn't what you were hoping for, you got to wait an entire year to do anything else. And that just baffles me that people will sign that, but people want to wrestle so badly and have a huge stage to be a part of, they're willing to sign anything. So I don't know if CM Punk has any of that tied to his contract, but I know people are like, oh, he's going to return that Survivor Series. I don't think that's a possibility. I really, really don't. I think that's a little too soon. There's got to be a non-compete issue in there somewhere. Whether it be a year, 3 months, 6 months, I don't know. But there's got to be some kind of gap to where he can't just, oh, next week, or like the NWO did when Hall and Nash were WWE and then showed up on Nitro the next night. It's not going to be like that. That's actually, excuse me. That is the reason, if you guys want to look back, if you're somebody new to wrestling that doesn't know how all that stuff works, Hall and Nash and Hogan are the reason why Vince McMahon started the non-compete clause to begin with. Before that, there wasn't any. So those guys could just work their last match and show up at WCW the next fucking night, which they did. And that's what made it look so real, and everybody was just blown away by it. Now it's just been done over and over and over again. No one's going to give a shit if it happens. So I'm just letting you know, I just don't know if Phil Brooks has any non-compete issue to where he has to wait till, let's say, what's after Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. That would be the perfect time for Phil Brooks to return. That really would. That would at least give it some unpredictability. Not like, oh, is it going to be Cody again? No. But hopefully not. I don't want to see fucking Cody Rhodes win again. Gunther, I agree with JD from New York, should be the one to win next year. He absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, should be the one to fucking win that event next year. But it is WWE. If they do happen to get Phil Brooks, they may pull a swerve on this. Who the fuck knows? I don't fucking know. But I'm just saying, just don't get the theory, even if they came to a working agreement, that he's going to show up in the next month or two. It's not going to happen. It's not. Legally, he probably cannot do that. He probably can't show up at Fastlane. He's not going to show up at no fucking Fastlane anyway. It's either going to be Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. One of those two. He may do a Cody Rhodes and wait till WrestleMania. Who knows? I mean, if I was CM Punk, I'd do the same fucking thing. I'd be like, you know what? Hold off to WrestleMania. Let's get that surprise like Cody Rhodes had, even though it wasn't really one because the commentators a couple weeks ahead of WrestleMania kind of gave it away. Dashing all this other stuff. You know, they didn't say dashing Cody Rhodes, but it was absolutely dashing. You know what Corey Graves said. So I'm just letting you know on that aspect. But I truly, honestly, I really do think his main focus was to get the eyes on him, show the WWE that he's still a draw, that he's still worth money, and use that leverage from AEW to get his employment back in WWE. And some of you probably think, yes, that could make sense, but why would he do that? Because of some of the things he said in the past about him. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Everybody in the wrestling world does that. They leave a promotion, they badmouth them, then they wind up coming back to the WWE. Everybody eventually returns to WWE. One, because they had the most eyes on their promotion. Two, they'll get the most money out of it. And three, why the hell not? If they give you an opportunity, you got to say no? No. No one is going to turn that down. I'm sorry. Even fucking Sting came over after years and years and years of WWE asking him to come aboard, and he finally broke and went to WWE and got his WrestleMania moment. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted, was to be on WrestleMania. Personally, that's what I think. So if you agree with me or disagree with me, hey, that's fine. You can leave it in the comments. I do want to see what you guys have to say. So don't be shy, man. Don't be shy. You can talk to me. I'm more than okay with that. I'm just making sure there's not any other news. Get this fucking fly out of here. Jesus Christ. But anyways, I do really believe it could work. Now, here's another thing WWE's got to watch. Key number 2. Whether or not he purposely got fired to go back to WWE or to even have a shot at WWE, Phil's got a fucking temper problem. He really does. If I was Triple H, I would just be a little cautious. Be like, we gave everybody else and their mother and their fucking brother a second chance, so why should we not give you a second chance? I'm just saying, just be careful and keep your eye on him. I'm not saying you have to babysit him, but just make sure, especially right away, there are going to be some men and women that don't want to work with him. That's just the vibe he brings to the table. So just try not to intermix him with too many people right off the bat. Slowly work him in. Let people get used to being around him. And then if they see that he's matured and he's not going to badmouth anybody, he's not going to try to start drama or go into business for himself, then work him into a little more. The best thing they could do is put him on a probationary period. JG and Andrew Badala said this on Tuesday Night Titans, and I totally agree. I totally agree. You did not want to rush him into a 3-year deal or something like that, because look at what he did to Tony Khan. The guy gave him fucking $5 million a year for 2 or 3 years, or maybe it was longer, I don't know, and he still did what he did. So I get you want to protect your investment. You don't want to pay all that money for someone to sit at home and do nothing. You don't want to be taken advantage of, so they need to be just a little cautious. They can't. I don't think everyone's gonna welcome him back with open arms. I really don't. But they do need to be careful with how much they put him in and how they use him. You know he's gonna cry me a river. Fucking Jack Perry, man. You see this? This is real glass. Cry me a river. You know. But anyways, he's got to be careful with that. Don't give him any creative power to fucking fly. Get the hell out of here. Don't give him any creative power. Just say, hey, we're gonna give you a match or two. We're gonna give you X amount of dollars, and if you behave, and if you do what you're supposed to do, then we'll talk about more than 6 months. Do not sign him to a year. Do not sign him more than a year, because if you do, he's gonna have in his head that he can still do whatever he wants, and he doesn't have any repercussion. That's just the kind of ego that man has. Not to say he's not a nice guy, not to say he doesn't care about anybody but himself. I'm just saying that's how Phil operates, and we've clearly seen how he operates the last 2 years in AEW. So let's just be a little careful. That's it. And also don't push anybody to the side for Phil Brooks. Okay? Work him into something to where the rest of your locker room does not get fucking upset. Where they've been busting their ass every single week, and you don't want Phil Brooks to just walk right in and say, hey guys, I got a main event. I got the world title at WrestleMania. No, you don't want to do, no, don't do any of that, please. Please, WWE, don't do any of that, because that would just make the guy go six steps backwards or more. We want Phil to go forward. Because we still want to see him. We do. He is awesome. He is great on the mic. He's not too bad in the ring still. And he just creates excitement, but he needs to keep himself under control. And in WWE, I don't think they're going to have too many issues, because Triple H don't play that shit. He does not play that shit. And if he acts out, he acts up, he's going to be right in his fucking face. It's not going to be Tony Khan sitting there with his thumbs. What'd you say, CM Punk? He said, what? Okay, I'm just going to sit here. We're only on a media scrum, and he just told me to fuck off. And I'm just going to sit here like a scared little bitch. And that's basically what happened. He totally derailed that guy through the whole entire thing, and Tony just like, come on. You think Triple H is going to do that? They're going to cut his microphone. They're going to do all that kind of shit. It's not going to fly in WWE. So he needs to make sure he's ready for that too. Because he's not going to go off the wall, off the handles, bang to the wall like he did with Tony Khan. That's not going to happen. So that's just what I'm thinking. That's what would be really, really good. If they do, great. They're going to make money. Punk's going to make money. And there's going to be more excitement and more viewers. Most likely because they're going to be like, whoa, he actually went back to WWE. Maybe now we'll get the Phil Brooks over here that we were supposed to get over here. You know, I just hope they use him right. He was awesome with Paul Heyman. That long reign that he went on, even though Roman totally demolished that. And that's means nothing anymore. But I know he wants his main event match at WrestleMania. Even though they said it was The Undertaker. But I get his point. It's supposed to be the last match. And that I agree with. Yes, he didn't get the last match. So I understand that's one thing he really wants to accomplish. And he's still young enough to do so. He's in his early 40s. He's not Edge's age. Where he's about 50. Big fucking difference. Big fucking difference. So I wish everything well, even though the guy said not too long ago WWE was a waste of time. Uh, Now you're going to go back there? Okay. So you're going to be willing to make a hypocrite out of yourself to go back there for some extra bank and probably use AEW as leverage to say, well, Tony Khan was giving me $5 million a year. I must be worth more than that. Vince, Triple H, how about $7 million a year? You know that's going to happen. He's going to negotiate that all the way up and down because that's what he wants. He wants that money. He wants that spotlight, and WWE is a platform to give it to him. Especially since Endeavor wants CM Punk, they're going to get him. There's no doubt in my fucking mind they're going to get him. So you might as well say Phil is back in WWE at this point because he's not going to say no. It'd be crazy. Endeavor is probably going to throw every single thing he wants at him. So just expect to see next year. I honestly believe next year we will see Phil Brooks back in WWE. If you agree with me, and if you enjoyed what you saw here today, I'm not going to take up any more of your time because it's SmackDown tonight. Hit the thumbs up. That really does help. Some people still don't realize that I'm in the partner program. I am. I don't get why you get that. Usually anyone with over 2,000 subs is in the partner program. So please, hit the thumbs up. We do have super thanks. If you were not here in the chat, that's okay. We do have super thanks where you could donate like a super chat, and it does still get to me, and I can see it and read your question or whatever comment that you post. That helps too. I'm just trying to help YouTube get some money so they push my videos. So that would really help. It's not really for me, it's for YouTube. And if you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe. We all got to say it. It's our job. We all got to say subscribe, okay? But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on CM Punk and WWE working together. I normally don't go past 30 minutes, so we're going to wrap it up here. It's Friday. I know you guys want to get out and enjoy your evening. So I love you. Take care, and I'll see you guys for SmackDown. And hopefully we will see LA Knight. Yeah! Talk to you guys later.